Hello everyone. Today we are going to answer 3 different logic problems. Let's get started. Problem 1. Someone threw a paper airplane that flew right onto Miss Cookson's back. 3 suspected culprits were called into the discipline master's room for investigation. Dustin: I did not do it. Denise: I did not do it too. Daphne: Denise is lying. Only one of them told the truth. Who threw the paper airplane? First, let us assume. What if Dustin threw the airplane? Let us make a table. Dustin says he didn't do it. But since we assume he did, that means he's lying. Let us put a check mark at the lie column in Dustin's row because he's lying. Denise says she didn't do it too. We assume Dustin threw the paper airplane. That means Denise didn't do it. So she is telling the truth. Let's put a check mark at the truth column in Denise's row. Daphne says Denise is lying, but in the table it says Denise is telling the truth. That means Daphne is lying. In the problem, it says only one of them is telling the truth. Let's look at our table again. You can see that only one of them is telling the truth. So that means Dustin threw the paper airplane. Problem 2. A cheesecake meant for dessert was already half eaten in the afternoon. Below are the children's replies when their father checked with them. Dustin: Denise ate the cake. Denise: Dustin is a liar. Daphne: I didn't even open the fridge. Only one of them told the truth. Who ate the cake? Let us assume again. What if Dustin ate the cake? Dustin said Denise ate the cake, but we are assuming that he ate the cake. So if Dustin says Denise ate the cake when he did, that means he's lying. Denise says Dustin is lying. If we look at the table, we can see that Dustin is lying. So that means Denise is telling the truth. Daphne says she didn't open the fridge. That means she didn't eat the cake. That is true since we are assuming Dustin ate the cake. So Daphne is also telling the truth. Let us look at the problem again. It says only one of them tells the truth. Look at the table. It says 2 people are telling the truth. So that means Dustin did not eat the cake. What if Denise ate the cake? Let's look at what Dustin says again. He says Denise ate the cake, which is true since we are assuming Denise ate the cake. Let's put a check mark at the column truth and row Dustin, since we know Dustin is telling the truth. Denise says Dustin is lying. If we look at the table, we can see Dustin is telling the truth. So that means Denise must be lying. Daphne says she didn't open the fridge, which means she didn't eat the cake. That is true because we are assuming Denise ate the cake. Look at the problem again. It says only one of them is telling the truth. In our table, it shows 2 people are telling the truth. So that means Denise did not eat the cake. Let us assume Daphne ate the cake. Dustin says Denise ate the cake, but we're assuming Daphne ate the cake. Since Dustin is wrong, that means he is lying. Denise says Dustin is lying. If we look at the table, we can see Dustin did lie. So Denise is telling the truth. Lastly, Daphne says she didn't open the fridge, which means she didn't eat the cake. We are assuming Daphne ate the cake, so she is lying. In the problem, it says only one person is telling the truth. Does our table have one person telling the truth? Yes, so that means Daphne ate the cake. Problem 3. Betty is taller than Anna. Carl is shorter than Betty. Dustin is taller than Carl, but shorter than Anna. Who is the tallest among the 4 people? Let us make a diagram. We know that Betty is taller than Anna from the problem, so we put an arrow from Anna pointing at Betty to show that Betty is taller than Anna. We also know that Carl is shorter than Betty, which means Betty is taller than Carl. So we make another arrow from Carl pointing at Betty. Another thing we know is that Dustin is taller than Carl, but Dustin is shorter than Anna. So we make an arrow from Carl pointing to Dustin and another arrow from Dustin pointing to Anna. In the diagram, we can see that Betty is taller than Anna and Carl. Since Dustin is shorter than Anna, that means Dustin is also shorter than Betty. So, if Betty is taller than Anna, Carl, and Dustin, that means Betty is the tallest. That is it for our 3 logic problems. I hope you learned something from the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.